Okay, Proverbs 26, 4 through 5, 12, 14 and 16, 17, 20, and 27. More on this relationship strain I've been going with. And of course, try it out with the relationships with fools. When I think of foolishness, I think of the political culture today. And there's such foolishness from both sides. But what is even more astounding to me is how, on the Democratic side, they're willing to falsify any and all factors to get their way, to make President Trump look bad, and the vitriol hate towards the president. And I thought it was really good because something the Lord has given me opportunity lately, and I've been able to do it, but I've tried to do it in light of the love of Christ, which is what I'm supposed to do. As a born-again Christian, I'm to be loving people to Christ, not reproving them to Christ. But there is a time where you need to answer a fool as his folly deserves, as in verse 4 and 5, and also in verse 12. We are not, it says, do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. Answer a fool as his folly deserves, lest he be wise in his own eyes. So, we are not to just always be silent when the fool is boasting. And again, in most cases, silence is golden, like apples of gold and settings of silver, as we've talked about before. But it is. We need to be slow to respond. But when we do respond, our goal would be to respond with an attitude of reconciliation, with an attitude of helping this person see the error of their wrong, and in a loving way. Because if you don't do that, they're going to run around and think they're right about everything, and hence, you don't have to go far today to see that. There's a lot of people just look at the news broadcasts, and these people that talk against the president, I mean, they're acting like they have the authority, and they don't. They don't have the authority, okay? So in verses 4 and 5, there's a heavy emphasis there in those verses. I notice, you also notice verse 12. You see a man wise in his own eyes, there's more hope for a fool than for him. We must always be ready and willing to be challenged and corrected. Iron sharpens iron, as we say. We need to be ready for that. We need to be ready and willing to handle that, okay? Because it's important. I am not perfect, and Joe, I just love it when the different thoughts come out on these scriptures, because it just helps me. It gives me a wholeness. It corrects maybe anywhere I might be going a little awry on it. And I appreciate, Joe, you citing 1 Corinthians and the things you shared this morning. It was definitely very beneficial. But in verse 12, it says, do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There's more hope for a fool than for him. We don't want to be wise in our own eyes. Not at all. We want to be faithful and true to God's purpose and in our lives. So that was the relationships with the fools. The relationships with sluggards. I love the idea where Slugger says there's a lion in the road, the lion is in the open square. But as the door turns on the hinges, so does the sluggard on his bed. Look, we all can be sluggards. People are slow to do what's right. And but the thing to remember with a sluggard is, verse 14, the sluggard slowly turns, but also verse 16, the sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can give a discreet answer. You can have 7 guys telling the sluggard that's not a good idea. You need to be gung-ho about getting a job. Get up and get going. Oh, I'll take my time. I'm good. I'm fine. No, there are times where we need, when I get up every morning, get ready for work, I have a routine, and I hit that routine. Now, I don't want to be obsessed about that routine if that routine gets messed up. This morning I got tested because my grandkids are here for the day, and Judy was not up when they came, and Aaron had to bring them early because she's working, and Judy agreed to watch the grandkids once a day, once a week. So I have the joy of having Sophia and Brody here today, and it is a joy, but I've got to be working all day, including working overtime. So what am I going to do with that? Well, Sophia's really good about coming up here and just sitting and drawing quietly while I work, so that's really a blessing. But at the same time, my little gem, she's just running around. And we have this old Mr. Potato Head that talks, and I went and grabbed a bunch of batteries and put them in it, and so she's got the Mr. Potato Head. So, and now she knows where she got the term "Are you crazy?" because he says it. Are you crazy? So it's pretty good. But the sluggard goes against all truth. The truth is, life is a balance, guys. There's times where we need to be urgent. There's times where we need to be peaceful, and just take our time. So it really varies, okay? It really varies, but nonetheless, it is. And finally, we talk about relationships with gossips. If I were to be told things I hate, gossip is one of them. I hate it when I gossip. My heart is... It's like putting a dagger in my heart when I catch myself gossiping. I hate it when other people gossip. Years ago, there was a great teaching on gossip by a guy named Bill something, and it was just about the dangers of gossip and how terrible it was, and the dangers of gossip in the church. And yet our church is riddled with gossip. And it so turns me off, because gossip is nothing but the talk of a fool. Wow, she did this and that. Look, And again, in the present political environment, boy, do you see that, don't you? Why is he doing it that way? Oh, well, this is because of this, And so in verse 17, like one who takes a dog by the ears is he who passes by and meddles with strife not belonging to him. Gossips get into other people's business, and it's not their business. So, like taking a dog between the ears. Have you ever gone up to a dog you don't know and try to grab it between the ears? Okay, smart guys, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and try to do it. Most of the time, you're going to get bit. There's a reason. In verse 20, it says, "For lack of wood the fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, contention quiets down." Okay? How do you stop gossip? Tell people to shut up. Are they part of the solution? I think that's a great thing. Are you part of the solution? If you're part of the solution, then speak up. If you're not part of the solution, then shut up. And it's exactly what you should do. If you're part of the solution, speak up. But if you're not part of the solution, shut up. I have been in many situations, including in our current church, where I've been parts of conversations, and I've actually gently attempted to reprove people. I'm saying, I don't know what all's going on there, but I don't think, are you involved with that situation? Are you involved with helping them? No. Okay. Well, should you be talking about it? That person's no longer with the church. There's a lot of reasons why. But we don't want to be ones who fuel gossip. We don't want to participate in it. We don't want to feel it. And in verse 27 and 28, he who digs a pit will fall into it, and he who rolls a stone will come back on him. A lying tongue hates those it crushes, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Gossip leads to nothing but ruin, and our relationship with gossips needs to be very, very distant. But if someone's gossiping, they're being foolish, right? So answer a fool as his folly deserves. So there will be times where we as godly men need to put down the gossip. There's been a lot of gossip in our church lately. I have not been involved in the situations that has put so many in upheaval. So I've been staying back, kind of staying out of it, But if I've had questions, I've gone directly to the leadership. I don't go to somebody else. Do you think this? Do you think that? I'm going directly to the leadership, working on a meeting with them now about some things I have some concerns over. That's what you do. You go directly to the source. You don't sit here and pussyfoot around talking to everybody else and getting everybody up in a tither. Okay, you go directly to the source. You call it out. Gossip only leads to ruin. So in our relationships with fools, sluggards, and gossips, we see the value of apples of gold and settings of silver. A word and an answer. We're all foolish from time to time. We're all fools from time to time. But never in the time of history of our society today has foolishness ever been on display. And what's really interesting is you try to speak out against it now and you're attacked because it doesn't fit the narrative. That's exactly what's happening. Our voices are being quieted and we're sitting here quietly letting it happen. Well, I, for one, am not being so quiet. In the proper realm, in the proper way, I'm speaking out. I'm standing up. And I'm saying enough is enough. And we all need to do that. But here in Proverbs 26, we're seeing about relationships now. And I'm very curious where we go in Proverbs 27. Again, I would recommend that we start Monday on Proverbs 27. What is it? Monday is the 22nd. Yeah, that puts us finishing Proverbs by the 26th. So I invite anyone who wants to keep going. Let's get all the way through the end, right? Let's get through the end of Proverbs. Yeah, this will be good stuff. So always awesome to be able to do these for you guys each day. It's blessed my life. These are all being stored. I plan on airing them again different times on Facebook and different things like that. I'm continuing preparations and putting together basically kind of a little podcast that I hope to be able to launch here soon. We'll see. I haven't had as not much time to do it. Dustin, looking forward to Sunday night. No pressure, man. So you'll be able to forgive all of us. So we'll be in touch. Have a great day, guys, and God bless you.